Not all that shines is truly gold. The most precious gems are created under immense pressure. In the world of boxing, the duality of the sport is a delicate balance between elegance and tenacity. Among those fighters, some rise from the blazing fires of hardship, fueled by the unbreakable spirit and relentless drive to dominate. These warriors embrace the struggles, transforming pain into power as they step into the ring with the singular purpose to destroy and triumph against all odds. One such mortal is Marcus Chino Maidana, who was one of the most feared punchers of his time. Hailing from Argentina, Maidana carved his name into boxing history as a former WBA regular lightweight champion, but it was his crowning achievement as the WBA welterweight world champion that cemented his legacy. He emerged as the executioner of his division, a ruthless nightmare who instilled dread into the hearts of his adversaries, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. Maidana's career is the tale of a brawler who clawed his way up through the ranks, culminating in a final ascent where he faces ultimate challenges. Falling short of the world title initially only fueled his resolve, leading him to reinvent himself under the guidance of Robert Garcia. This transformation turned him into a tactical executioner, blending raw power with newfound strategy, finishing his career 35-5, 31 of which by knockout. In the intricate dance of boxing, Maidana exemplifies the blend of brutality and skill, an embodiment of the fighting spirit that thrives in the hardest conditions. Maidana is a testament to the idea that one doesn't need to possess flawless technique to ascend to greatness. It is the heart and desire to win that prevails one to ascend to ultimate glory. If you can't outbox your opponent, you better be ready to outfight them. And Maidana certainly fit that bill. As rugged as they came, he was a fireball launched from a cannon, a whirlwind of determination and aggression. While he may not have possessed every technical tool in the box, the most critical weapon in his arsenal was undoubtedly his hammer-like punch. Maidana was a living buzzsaw, absorbing 3 punches to deliver 1. With every swing, he aimed for the fences, intent on knocking his opponents out rather than leaving his fate to the judges. His philosophy was simple: why gamble with the judges' scorecards when you can seize your destiny with your own fists? From the opening bell, Maidana fought with relentless intensity, embodying a high-volume, swarmer brawler style that kept the pressure on every second of the match. It was a spectacle defined by sheer intensity and relentless volume. Maidana's aggression was a ceaseless tide, crashing against his opponents without mercy. He wasn't one to rely on calculated tactics. Instead, his fights were fueled by instinct and pure reaction. For those who favor strategy, the danger lay in freezing under pressure. By the time they formulated a response, they had already found himself engulfed by a storm of punches. While he might not have been the most technically refined boxer, what set Maidana apart were the attributes that many fighters lacked: an unwavering heart, fierce aggression, indomitable determination, and primal ruthlessness. While he may have lacked in finesse, he more than compensated with grit and toughness, making him a shadowing nightmare in the ring. I'm convinced that boxing encompasses both technical skills and innate abilities. Fundamentals like punching mechanics, footwork, defense, and angles can certainly be learned. However, some traits seem to be woven into the fabric of who we are, like the gift of power. While we can refine a boxing technique and optimize the punch to its utmost potential, true knockout power feels like a divine blessing from God. Like the old saying goes, punches aren't made, they're born. Each boxer's fighting style is truly an extension of their personality. Maidana fought with the fierce spirit of a guacho from the Pampas, bringing an intensity and relentless drive that was palpable. His close quarters combat approach not only struck fear into his opponents, but also forced them into a style of fighting that was uncomfortable for many. This blend of personal identity and fighting strategy illustrates just how much of boxing is about the individual. It's not just about the technique, but also about channeling one's inner essence into every punch and movement.
Boom. Man, right above the belt. And he took the win.
Maidana possessed an extraordinary Braveheart and a recovery prowess akin to that of Wolverine. Though he endured a few knockdowns throughout his 40-fight career, he was never stopped. Like Jason Voorhees, he would rise from the canvas with murderous determination, driving back into the fray without a hint of fear. Like a dog backed into the corner, he transformed into a savage beast, fiercer and more relentless than ever, always fighting his way out.
What caused but?
His remarkable conditioning allowed him to maintain a grueling pace in the ring, but it was his indomitable spirit that kept him in the fight, no matter the odds stacked against him on the scorecards. With every second ticking away, he fought as if his life depended on it, relentlessly driving the tempo with an astonishing output of punches. Maidana's opponents all knew one thing: when they squared off, they had to engage in battle for every moment until the final bell rang. Because in Maidana's world, surrender was never an option. Facing Maidana was facing hell.
Big shots here. Boom. Some referee.
Maidana soon realized that his boxing skills had stagnated. Following his loss to Khan, he engaged in a tightly contested bout against the aging Morales. Certainly not the fight he expected. The pivotal moment in his career came after suffering a frustrating decision shutout against Devin Alexander, leaving him at a crossroads. With the world title appearing elusive, retirement seemed imminent. This was until he took a decisive step, enlisting the guidance of the legendary trainer, Robert Garcia. Under Garcia's mentorship, Maidana began a transformation. Rather than overhauling his foundational style, Garcia focused on enhancing it, teaching him to wield his aggression with greater tactical precision. This refinement aimed to evolve the swarming brawler into a strategic puncher, maintaining his ferocity while adapting a more methodical approach to offense. He learned to keep a high pressure while setting up his shots more effectively. Most importantly, he integrated a defensive responsible mindset, improving his ability to evade attacks while still pressing forward. Maidana's return to the ring under Robert Garcia's guidance kicked off with the clash against the toughest nails Mexican brawler, Jesus Soto Carras. Right from the opening bell, Maidana showcased a new strategy, utilizing his jab as a powerful tool rather than relying solely on wild power punches. He skillfully used the jab to dictate the pace and distance of the fight, demonstrating control and precision that marked a refreshing shift in his approach, laying the groundwork for what was next to come: his thunderous punches. Not operating effectively behind his jab, Maidana skillfully unleashed his combinations, backing the bigger man up against the ropes. His punches flowed with precision and purpose, a harmonious blend that showcases newfound versatility. Each strike was meticulously calculated, maintaining good balance while executing powerful blows, never overreaching, always poised. With each combination, he artfully navigated the ring, turning pressure into a ballet of skill and strength, leaving his opponents on the defensive. Maidana even flashed his defensive skills with impressive head movement.
Knockout specialist, he has Marcos Maidana.
His timing was on point as he skillfully countered Carras, slipping to the outside and landing a hammering right over the top. Each move was a display, showcasing the evolution of a fighter who was now as adept at defending as he was attacking.
And we're seeing another This welterweight bout is going to round 4.
Carras met his destiny the moment Maidana began to harmonize all the elements together. Amidst the impressive improvements, Maidana retained the most vital aspect of his fighting abilities, his unforgiving power. With a calculated ferocity, he dismantled Carras, finishing him off in a methodical manner that showcased both his strategy and brute strength. Each punch was a testament to his evolution, combining artistry and raw force that left no doubt about his capabilities in the ring.
Now beginning to take all kinds of punishment.
Every boxing legend has tread the path of 2 careers: the journey to the first world title and a chapter that unfolds after his loss. For Maidana, the second act ignited a fresh spark, filling a fire that transformed him into a better fighter. The change was undeniable. He famously remarked that he had never truly grasped the essence of boxing until he crossed paths with Robert Garcia. This partnership gifted him a newfound perspective and approach to the sport, unraveling the fundamentals that would bring out the best versions of himself. With improved balance, refined footwork, precise punching mechanics, and solid defense, Maidana was finally stitching together all the elements of his craft. He became a relentless force in the division, a veritable Terminator who tore through opponents on the quest to reclaim title contention. His toughest challenge before the title shot loomed in the form of Josecito Lopez, the gritty Riverside Rocky, a durable warrior who had already pulled off an upset against Victor Ortiz and even earned the shot at Canelo. Maidana didn't transform into Muhammad Ali, but he had certainly evolved. He began to think strategically in the ring, setting up his punches, and entering fights with a game plan that went beyond the instinctual urge for total destruction. His rough edges had smoothened out, with his tools sharpened to perfection. As he battled Lopez, he proved once again that he was a force to be reckoned with, finishing his opponent in a way that boasted his record to an impressive 3-0, all knockouts under the tutelage of his new trainer. Maidana's exhilarating winning streak paved the way for a shot at the WBA welterweight world title, and his opponent, none other than Adrian "The Problem" Broner. At the time, Broner stood tall with the undefeated record of 27-0, boasting a stunning 22 knockouts and earning accolades as a 3-division world champion. He entered the ring a heavy favorite, with odds soaring as high as -500. For Maidana, this was an opportunity to exercise the ghosts of his past. Having undergone a remarkable rebirth, emerging a vastly improved fighter, this was his moment to shine, a do-or-die scenario, as a loss would trap the contender in the role of a journeyman, reduced to a status of a gatekeeper in boxing. As the opening bell rang, the fight surged to life. Broner, known for his counter-punching, found himself immediately on the defensive as Maidana charged forward. Intent on establishing dominance from the outset, with unrelenting aggression, Maidana pressed the action, unleashing a flurry of punches that left Broner little room to maneuver. Maidana sought to suffocate Broner's rhythm, denying him a moment to breathe or formulate any offense. Maidana set his trap by conditioning Broner of dipping and jabbing to the body. He set this pattern so the next time he dipped, Broner would expect a body shot, but Maidana would instead go upstairs. Maidana fell slightly short because Broner pulled back. Not deterred, Maidana again feints to the body. Broner bites, and the looping left hook lands flush upstairs.
It almost looked like a jab to the body at first. Now we know why Maidana was throwing so many.
As the fight wore on, Broner began to feel the weight of Maidana's power. Each punch rocked him, forcing a once confident counterpuncher to tread carefully. The respect for Maidana's devastating strength loomed large in Broner's mind, making him hesitant to unleash his own shots freely. This hesitation created opportunities for Maidana, who pressed forward relentlessly. Broner was known for his surgical accuracy, but he also struggled with a low output. Maidana seized this chance to impose a grueling pace, refusing to relent. Battling a brawler like Maidana was no easy task. He was an unpredictable storm, His patterns and rhythms were difficult to decipher, especially for a fighter like Bronner, who thrived on timing and precision. Maidana unleashed punches from unconventional angles, winging wild tomahawk hooks, and attacking from all angles that left Bronner perplexed. Though Bronner managed to find spots to land some effective counters, these moments were fleeting. Maidana's relentless energy and tenacity overwhelmed him time and again. With the title tantalizingly within reach, Maidana poured every ounce of strength into each round, refusing to let his golden opportunity slip away. He smothered Bronner with pressure and intensity, fighting with fierce determination that crescendoed until the final bell. When the dust settled, it was Maidana who emerged triumphant, having pulled off a stunning upset and crowned as a new world champion. The ring echoed with the chants of his victory, marking the dawn of a new chapter in his storied career.